Ladies and people who think they're fucking special. Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the internet and stealer of analogies. This is the Kill You're in a Loser show. Let's fucking go, baby. For those of you who don't know, I also have a Spotify podcast, and that has different content to what's on here, so go check that out. Today, we're going to be going through sort of some of your limiting beliefs or some limiting beliefs that I hear a lot. One of the I won't say frustrations because you get used to it, but one of the things that you hear so many times when you're in this position, as in when you're a coach or when you're giving, advice to people through YouTube, Spotify, articles, all that shit, you hear the same sort of limiting beliefs come up over and over again. Or I could be less charitable and say they're excuses. I hear all the time, I'm too short, I'm too bald, it's too late for me, I'm too old, I'm this, I live in a poor country, I don't have enough money, I have too much money, I'm too tall, I'm too attractive, I'm not attractive. Like, people invent, or people have all sorts of limiting beliefs that you hear so many times over and over again. And they're all variations of basically, I'm scared to do my goal, or I'm scared to get rejected. And no matter how much content I put out there saying, look, if you're short, you can get laid. Here's 50 different podcasts and interviews I've done with people who get laid. Here is 30 stories with coaching clients who've gotten laid. Here's 10 people saying straight from their own mouth, hey, I'm short, I got laid. Or someone will say, I'm Indian, I can't get laid. There's an Indian dude in my group right fucking now who just got laid on like his third day of being in the group. There's technically two Indian dudes because there's another guy that I've interviewed that some of you might know, a guy who's crushing it right now, getting laid like 2 or 3 times a week. But you hear these excuses over and over again. I'm too short, I'm Indian, I'm Asian, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And they're all variations on I'm scared. And what they all also are, they're all statements saying I'm special, or I'm unique, or my problems are unfixable. Or yes, everybody else can do this shit. Yeah, I get that other short guys can get laid, but not me. Or I get that other Indian or Asian dudes can get laid, but not me. Or I get that other people can make a ton of money, not me. I get that other people have lots of friends and can overcome depression. Andy, you yourself overcome depression. I get that. Not me, though. I'm a special exception. I'm the person that gets to sit off on the sidelines and say, nah, I'm not going to do that because I might get rejected, or I might fail, or I might look like an idiot, or I might have to actually do some work. I understand that they're coming from a place of fear. I understand that. I get that. But this notion that you're a special exception that doesn't have to do what everybody else has had to do to reach success, which is risk rejection, often get rejected, fail, make mistakes, look like an idiot sometimes, drop your ego and say, okay, I'm willing to ask for help. All of that is difficult. And all of that is something that stuff that everyone has done. Everyone who's found success has had to do all of that. And it's like my ongoing, I won't say it's not frustrating, but it is an ongoing like challenge for me, or it's like the work that I need to do, right? Like, a big part of what I sit here and do is give you guys permission to do what I've done and to try and convince you that you're not special. If I could do it, you can do it. If all my coaching clients can do it, you can do it. If people in the YouTube comments who say, hey, I changed my fucking life, if they can do it, you can do it. You're not special. But no matter how many times I say this message, no matter how many different variations of it I do, no matter how much proof I give, there will always be people who sort of let their fear or their insecurity or their uncertainty overwhelm them, and then they will argue with me. It's hilarious. It is hilarious when people argue with me because from the first point of view, how do you know? Like, you're a dumb fucking newbie. You don't have experience with this thing that you're talking about. How many hundreds of thousands of people have you coached to overcome this issue that you're going through? 0. So how the fuck do you know that you can't overcome this issue? You are the idiot, the dumb newbie, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but you're the dumb fucking newbie who knows nothing, who hasn't had success in this thing, saying, yeah, I know this won't work for me. I know I'm a special exception. Sorry, are you the coach? Are you the psychologist? Are you the one that's getting in there and figuring out who can and cannot succeed. And by the way, everyone can succeed. There is no exceptions to that. The only exception is if you don't try or you quit. That's it. Everybody else will make it. But it comes from this weird sort of like arrogant place of saying, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm going to speak as if I do. I have no experience in getting laid or making money or losing weight or making friends or overcoming depression. In fact, by my own admission, I'm a complete fucking newbie in it. But let me argue with Andy and everybody else who's giving me advice, and everyone in the community and people on the forums and people in the YouTube comments, people on fucking Spotify. Let me argue with all of them because I know better. Which one of us is in a better position to judge whether or not you can change? You, the person who knows fucking nothing and has no experience in that one metric other than the fact that you haven't really tried, which you haven't. If you haven't been successful, I'm sorry. I know this sounds blunt. You haven't tried. Or maybe you've tried a lot of things, but they just weren't the right thing that you needed to do. So maybe I'll be a bit more charitable and say you probably have tried, but you just haven't been doing the things you needed to be doing. You've been doing other shit and making excuses and sometimes trying your hardest, but just doing the wrong things. Are you in the best position to judge whether or not you can change? Or me, the guy who has coached literally hundreds or possibly 1,000 people at this point, if we want to talk about people that I've, emailed and helped with that shit, who's in the better position? The person who's sitting here whose job it is to help people change who don't think they can change? Or you? Your sample size is 1. You. And you haven't even really gone all in. You haven't really done the things that you needed to be doing. Otherwise, you would have found success. You have a sample size of 1. I have a sample size of thousands if we count my audience at this point, probably tens of thousands if we count my audience and everyone who's ever emailed me. Who's in a better position? And so I know it's difficult, but when you're feeling these thoughts of like, it won't work for me, I'm special, I can't do what they've done, I have this unique problem that nobody else has. The number of times that I've heard someone say, I have a unique problem and that's why I can't change. And I'm like, this isn't a unique problem. Are you kidding me? Like right now in the coaching group, there's like 4 other people with this exact thing. And I'll add them to the group. They'll start the coaching. They'll go like, holy shit, like what the fuck? You guys are going through this too? And I say, yeah, because that's not a unique problem. And even if it is, the most unique problem I think I have ever had, ever with anyone, was not even that unique, but it was a guy whose dick literally didn't work. He'd had a surgery to make his dick longer, and it was a botched surgery, so his dick literally didn't get hard, literally didn't work. And he's like, I'm in this unique position. And I was like, dude, there's like 3 people in the coaching program right now. Yeah, they don't have a botched surgery, but they can't get it up during sex because of performance anxiety and shit. So you're not that unique. And his mind was blown by that because he's like, I've been suffering for years thinking like I'm this fucked up. And I was like, no, dude, like there's people in the group right now who literally can't get it up. And yes, it's for a different reason, but like you're not fucking unique. That's probably the most. Maybe another one that people would say is unique is a guy that I did one coaching call with who was completely blind, like 100% fucking blind. And he had all the thoughts of like, I'm blind, I can't get laid. Like, and I was like, yes, you can. Why can't you? I don't understand. Why can't someone who's blind get laid? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, it's challenging. We'll have to figure out how you get laid. Cold approaching, like talking to girls in public, is going to be a challenge because you can't see them. So you're probably going to have to take a friend with you. Tinder's going to be difficult. Man, you're going to have to get a friend to use your Tinder or pay someone to use your Tinder for you because you can't swipe. You don't know if the girl's attractive or not. There's no like text. There's no like, what do they call it? The speech software, whatever that's called, OSD or whatever the fuck it's called. There's no speech software that will tell you like, yeah, this girl's hot, you should match with her. Excuse me, I'm dying. So there's unique challenges here. So let's fucking start attacking those challenges. Like every problem has a solution. There is no problem that does not have at least one solution. There is no deal breaker. There is no limiting, like truly limiting factor that will stop you from reaching your goals. There is a guy that I love to fucking bring up because he's like my favorite fucking guy to point to whenever anyone has any like limiting beliefs. I'm going to share my screen with you guys here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I love this guy. He's an Australian guy. How do we get this screen up? Give me a second. But he's an Australian guy. And guess what? This motherfucker has no fucking limbs. That's right. This motherfucker has no fucking limbs. He's basically a little potato man. Look at that. No fucking arms, no fucking legs. No fucking arms, no fucking legs. No fucking arms, no fucking legs. Are you listening to what I'm fucking telling you? The number of people who will say, also I love this picture, that's fucking adorable, the drawn on arms. The number of people that will say to me, oh, but I'm too short, or I'm too old, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm this. And I always point to this cunt and I'm like, this motherfucker has no arms and no fucking legs. Is he a fucking incel? Does he sit there and complain about his fucking problems? No. Would you like to know what his name is? Nick. I cannot pronounce his name. Vujicic. Sorry, Nick, I can't pronounce your name. Is Nick sitting there going, man, my life fucking sucks? No. Do you want to know what Nick is doing while a lot of you are sitting there complaining about your problems and saying, I'm short, I'm old, I don't have enough money, girls reject me, I don't know how to talk to women, I'm autistic, I don't know any of this shit. Do you know what fucking Nick is doing? This is Nick. This is Nick and his fucking family. That's an old picture too. Nick's got more kids than that now. That's his fucking wife. Do you know how fucking sexy his wife... Sorry, Nick, I'm being a bit disrespectful to your wife, but whatever, bro. Your wife is fucking attractive, man. That's his wife there on the right. His wife's fucking hot. Boy has like smashed out like I think 5 kids at this point. Where's a recent picture? I don't know whether... Look at this. No fucking arms, no fucking legs. The guy is a speaker, like a public speaker. He gives seminars and shit like that. He was told that he was meant to die. Like when he was young, they told his mother, like, your kid's going to die. Like he's not meant to live. Like bad luck. Sorry. This cunt has no arms and no fucking legs. And he's written a book. He's gone hiking and done all sorts of motivational speaking shit. He has a fucking family. His wife is hot. He has like 5 kids with her. Does this guy sit around and be a little fucking bitch and go, oh my God, I have no arms, I have no legs, oh my life fucking sucks? Like, no. No, he fucking doesn't. Look at that. No limbs, no limits, no excuses. Stop making excuses, guys. I get passionate about this shit because some of you are sitting there on the sidelines saying that you don't want to participate or you're too scared to participate because, well, I'm this or I'm that or I'm this or I'm that. This cunt has no arms and no legs and he's doing more than a lot of you. What is your excuse? I'm sorry, but none of you are worse off than a guy with no arms and no legs. Even the guy who's blind, at least he has his fucking arms and his fucking legs. Nick is out there crushing it, has like 5 kids or whatever at this point, is a public speaker, very well loved in his community, has released a book. I don't know how he wrote the fucking book. He probably just dictated it, didn't he? This guy is crushing it because he's not a bitch. He's not going to sit there like a little bitch and go, oh my God, oh fuck, everything's wrong. Now, maybe I sound a little uncaring, but some of you sort of need a wake-up call. I'm trying to say this from a loving place, but some of you need a fucking wake-up call. You're sitting there going, oh my God, my life sucks. I have these problems. Your problems are jack shit compared to the guy with no arms and no legs. Your problems are jack shit. Don't come at me with, I'm a unique specimen who has all these problems. No, you don't. You're welcome to hit me up if you have no arms and no legs. And even then, I'm going to say, well, this cunt did it, so you can do it too. What do you have that's worse than the guy with no arms, no legs? Oh, I'm depressed. Fuck you. So was I. Oh, I'm suicidal. Fuck you. So was I. Oh, my life sucks. Fuck you. So did mine. Like, there's no excuse that I'm going to tolerate. I'm not going to ever give you sympathy. I will give you understanding. I will give you love. I will give you empathy, but I'm not going to give you pity. I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, you're right. You can't change. No, because that would be evil. Me telling you, yeah, your problems are unique. Man, that sucks. You probably can't make it. That's evil. And I have some people, or I have had some people in the YouTube comments and email me and say like, bro, you know, no matter what you tell me, I know I can't do this. I know I can't change. Like, and what do you want? Do these people want, I think in their fucked up mind, they want me to say, yeah, you're right. You are a special specimen. It's okay. I give you permission to go and live a miserable life. What kind of evil son of a cunt would I have to be to say that? So I'm never going to say that. That would be evil. I'm always going to tell you, no, you can fucking change. If this Nick cunt can change, you can change. Again, the arrogance you must have to think that you know better than me, who's sitting here, whose job it is to help people, and who has done so hundreds or maybe thousands of times at this point, how would you know better? One of the guys in my coaching group a couple of weeks ago was sort of struggling with this shit. And he was like, I know you're telling me to take action, but I don't think it'll work for me, blah, blah, blah. Like the same sort of stuff that I'm talking about here. And Another guy in the group wrote this really good analogy. It was Renee who wrote this. I did a podcast with him recently. The guy who had like threesomes, the German guy who had like threesomes and had sex in like his fucking first week or something. Like the guy killed it. But he wrote this really amazing analogy to this other guy who was sort of sitting there going, it won't work for me, blah, blah, blah. And I asked him if I could read this out, and he said yes, because this analogy is so fucking good. This is so good. And this really cuts to the heart of like, why it's a challenge for me to get across to you that like, I know what I'm talking about when I say you can make it. And if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Like, you guys know that I wouldn't fucking lie to you. If I honestly met someone that I said couldn't do it, I'd be like, you can't do it, dude. Why would I ever meet that person? Who's that person? Like, who is... I can't imagine. Maybe someone who's one breath away from death. Yes, when you're about to die, if you're going to die in 10 minutes from now, I will probably say, all right, you're probably not going to get laid. You're probably not going to make a lot of money. You're probably not going to make a ton of friends right now. Just have some deep breaths and enjoy the last 10 minutes of your life. I'll be here with you. It'll be nice. Like, yeah, sure. That person probably isn't going to become a millionaire in 10 minutes. Short of that, which none of you are that, why would there ever be anyone who can't make it? Now, you might have your own unique set of challenges. Everybody's journey is completely different. And I think sometimes you guys get confused between my journey is unique and you see that as, so therefore my journey is impossible. It's like, no, everybody's journey is unique. Everybody's challenges are unique. I will give you that. We all have our own journey. I'll be the first person to tell you, you need to go through this journey in your own sort of way, if you know what I mean. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. So I'm going to read out what this guy wrote because it's fucking great. He basically said to, or the point of his post was saying to this other guy, like, sorry, you're just another boring like guy like me. Like, you're not special. You're not unique. You're not a special snowflake. You're just a boring dude like me who's trying to get laid and make some money and have some friends and have a good life. Like, so here's what he posted. Realize this. In this coaching, you are just one of many. In your mind, you have had a front row seat to all of your problems and all of your fuck-ups. You think that you are different from all of the others because you witnessed every nuance of yourself. You have had years to write the stories about yourself that you now firmly believe. Everybody thinks they are different from all others. You've had one perspective. Andy has coached tons of dudes. He has seen tons of perspectives. Imagine this. Your car is broken and you bring it to a repair shop. The expert mechanic checks it, tells you, yeah, the battery's dead. I'll just change it and the car will work again. And then you begin to argue. No, I don't think the car will work again. I don't think this car is ever going to drive again. The mechanic says, what are you talking about? Why would it not work? Well, I just feel like it's not going to work. I don't think you know how to fix it. I don't think you can fix it. And the mechanic says, what? I've seen this countless times. I've fixed this countless times. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean I don't know how to fix it? Are you an expert on cars? No, I don't know shit about cars. I have literally zero experience fixing cars. I just don't think that you know how to fix this car. It's a special car, unlike all of the other countless cars that you've fixed. The mechanic says, why? What do you mean? Why would this car be special? Why is this car special? I don't know. Well, like it has 4 tires, some doors, some windows, seats, a steering wheel. You know, like it's a special car. The mechanic says, you're just describing a car. Why would your car be special? I don't know. I just feel like it is. And anyways, I don't really know if I ever want to drive this car. What if I have an accident? What if it doesn't work out? I don't even know where I'm going to drive next. I don't know if I want to have this car fixed. What's the point? The mechanic says, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you even here? So, why are you here? You're here to get laid. If money is tight, great. That's extra motivation to not waste the thousands of dollars you spent on Andy's coaching by making excuses and letting this 12 weeks go by unused. Go. I've shown you the photos that I've taken in my Tinder profile. Go take them as well. Go recreate them. Make it happen now. I fucking love this analogy. I love this guy, by the way. I miss him from the coaching group. Renee, if you're listening, I miss you from the coaching group, dude. He was so good. He would give these like analogies to people all the fucking time. My God, he was good. It's one of the things I love most about like the coaching is that other people help each other and people will give amazing analogies that I'm like, holy shit, I would never have thought of that. But it's such an interesting analogy, isn't it? When it's phrased like that, imagine going to a mechanic and saying, no, this car won't be fixed. It's a special car. I know you've fixed thousands of cars before, but this is a special one. The mechanic would be like, are you mentally ill, cunt? What are you talking about? The battery's just flat. Let me fix it. No, I don't feel like it's going to work. I know you have proof that you've helped all the other cars or fixed all the other cars. This is a special car that can't be fixed. Based on my feelings. Based on no evidence whatsoever. And I admit I'm not an expert on cars, but I just don't feel like you can fix this car. That's what people do when they say, I can't change, or I can't be fixed, or I can't be helped, or it's not going to work, or, blah, 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 blah. You're coming to the mechanic. You're coming to me, even if you don't hit me up for coaching, if you just watch these videos, you're watching me, the person who has done this, who has done all the things you want to do, and has helped and coached hundreds, thousands, if we count all the non-coaching people that I've helped, thousands of people. And you're saying, hey, Andy, I understand that you have a lot of experience with this. I understand that you're telling me like, hey, fuckhead, you're not a special exception. Yes, you can change. But I feel like you're wrong. I feel like I can't change. My problems are unique. This is a special car that can't be fixed, even though you've fixed every other fucking car. And there's no reason why you couldn't fix any car. But I just feel like this is a special car. That would be insanity. That's the kind of insanity you're saying when you sit off on the sidelines and say, I can't take this advice. I can't change. So if you want to change, if you want coaching, that's right here for you. Hit me up, link in the description. If you just want to go out and start taking some fucking action right now, do that. There is more than enough content on my YouTube channel. There's a fuckload of content on my website, killyourinaloser.com. God damn, go start with the Tinder guide. It's a whole guide on improving your looks and all that kind of stuff and going to the gym and all of that. It's basically a self-help manual. I kind of wish I hadn't called it the Tinder guide sometimes because it's like a manual on improving your life. But start with that. Start with the other articles. Please don't sit there and think, man, I'm a special exception. No. You're literally being the retard who says my car can't be fixed because I feel like it's special. You're not special. No matter what you tell me, I have never had a single person ever tell me something and I go, yeah, you're right. No, you know what? Yeah, you can't make it. Why would that ever be the case? No, you have unique challenges that that are going to need to be overcome, of course. Like the fucking blind guy. And by the way, we overcame those challenges. I did that one coaching call with him. He went on the forums. He posted a lot. Everyone surrounded him and was like, bro, I'm going to fucking help you with this. Holy shit. You're blind. Are you serious? Let's get you laid, man. That's crazy. He had to get friends to go out with him and tell him, like, there's a hot girl over there. Like, I'm going to get her to come over to you. I'll tell her you want to talk to her. Like, unique challenges. Like Tinder, it's like he had to take... Him taking photos was so difficult too because he's like, he can't see where the camera's pointing. And so he had to get friends to help him and use a tripod. Like... But you know what I mean? It's just like extra challenges. I was depressed and suicidal for like 8 years. Do you know how much of a unique fucking challenge that is? It's very fucking hard to overcome suicidal thoughts when you've been that suicidal for that long. It took me a long time to get over it. Everybody has their own unique challenges. Everybody has their own unique journeys. But unique challenges does not mean impossible challenges. It does not mean you get to sit off on the sidelines and say, well... this self-improvement thing is not for me. You're basically saying, I'm going to waste this precious gift of life. Let me just throw it in the fucking trash can, because what's the point? I'm just going to get old and slowly die. Fuck that. You have one shot. This is it, fucker. Like, you think that we're given an extra shot after this? Maybe, maybe not. You don't fucking know. You have to assume no. You don't have any evidence that we get another retry at the end of this life, so fucking make the most of it. Don't sit there and go, I'm special, I'm unique. No, you're not. You have unique challenges, yes, but you're not the special snowflake that doesn't get to participate. I know you're scared. I know that you're terrified. I know you're worried. What if I get rejected? What if I fail? What if I try my hardest and then I fail? And then, man, I look like even bigger of an idiot because I tried really hard and I failed. Yeah, you're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. Like, that's part of what this is. I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to make some mistakes and look like an idiot sometimes. That's what this is. We've all done that. You think I wasn't scared of that shit? I was fucking terrified of all of that. It's so fucking scary. I think some of you sometimes forget how terrifying all this shit was for me at the start and still is now. Every new goal I do fucking terrifies me. I don't want to do it. A lot of the stuff that I do here is fucking terrifying. Even sitting down and recording these videos still takes a fair push every time I do one. I've done like 400 of these at this point. It still takes effort to do one. It's not easy. I'm good at it, but it's not easy. So please don't sit there and say, I feel fear, or I'm terrified, or I'm going to fail, or I'm going to make mistakes, so therefore I shouldn't try. Please try. Again, this coaching, I'll leave a link in the description below. Please sign up for that if you need that. Otherwise, go out and just take a little bit of action today. Even if you're really fucking terrified, if you want to get good with girls, go outside and talk to one. Go outside and just look at a couple of girls and think about talking to them. That's a step. If you want to make money, fucking sell some old stuff around your house for $400 on eBay. Congratulations, you just started the process of making some money. If you want friends, go on Bumble. Go onto Bumble, change your settings to looking for friends, and just message a bunch of people. I have an article on my website on how to make friends. Go look that up. Just search for how to make friends. Whatever it is that you want, just start a little baby step. Please don't sit there and say, I can't do this. If the limbless, armless, legless Nick Vujicic, sorry, Nick. If Nick can do it, you sure as hell can too. Don't you dare make excuses when Nick is out there kicking ass. Imagine if Nick had been a little pussy and gone, oh, you know what, I'm scared. A guy with no arms and no legs can't get a wife and kids. Are you kidding me? How can I get a wife and kids? I have no arms and no legs. What woman would want me? A really attractive woman, by the way. So please don't make excuses. Please go out there. Please crush those goals.